Shay Shay, Zhao Shanghao. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everyone, and a very warm welcome to the 34th FISITA World Automotive Congress here in Beijing. Thank you for coming from all parts of the world. It has been 18 years since the FISITA Congress was last in China, and it's wonderful to be back in this beautiful, historic city. A lot has changed since we were last here in 1994. I remember personally spending a great deal of time in China with GM in the 1990s, building new car and truck plants with Mr. Phil Murtaugh. Since the 1990s, growth in vehicle production here in China has been spectacular, and the automotive industry has served as a catalyst for many other sectors of the Chinese economy. China is the only global producer which has shown substantial and continuous growth during the last decade, while in the West, the automotive industry is having to reinvent itself in order to meet the challenges of a dramatically changing global automotive landscape. This vibrant city, home of the renowned Beijing Automotive Group and host to the iconic 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, is the ideal place from which to learn about the fastest growing automotive economy in the world and to contemplate the future direction of our industry. The world urgently needs vehicle technologies that recognize the mobility demands of rapidly developing automotive markets, where the issues of affordability, broad fuel quality, urban congestion, and the rural infrastructure are paramount. FISITA was founded more than 60 years ago to share knowledge amongst the world's automotive engineers and to contribute to the development of automotive technology worldwide. Nowhere has the collaboration and sharing of engineering and technical knowledge and skills been seen more clearly than in China. For this year's Congress, we have once again assembled the world's top experts in Beijing here to help us understand how technology, customers, governments, and structural changes will shape our profession, as well as our industry over the next 10 years. The theme of this year is automobiles and mobility in a low-carbon economy, China and the world. It is a world in which more than half of the population now lives in cities. This presents enormous challenges and opportunities which demand radical new vehicle and mobility concepts. First among these demands is fuel efficiency, which is leading to major changes in new and existing powertrain technologies. Traffic management is also an important challenge in terms of keeping mobile in our cities. A third of the world's population is currently moving from a rural way of life to an urban one. Over the next decade, around 500 million households will join the $5,000 in annual income segment. Half of these in just two countries, China and India. With this prosperity comes increasing demand for mobility, and mobility, in turn, demands energy. According to the International Energy Agency, the world will need around 40% more energy in 2030 than we consume today. And if current trends continue, we will double, that's right, double today's demand by the middle of the century. Not surprisingly then, the question of energy independence has increased in the political agendas worldwide. At the same time, all the major powers have governments in office with a strong commitment to tackle climate change. And as engineers, we are going to have to find creative new ways of providing society with the efficient, affordable, safe, and sustainable mobility in order to prosper. This is what brings us together again here in Beijing. The future of our industry will be secured by technology and innovation. We all know what the challenges are. The first is electrification. And this is what I spent the last 5 years of my career doing. Everyone is certain that it's going to transform the industry, but no one can really agree on when, or more importantly, how. Then there is the advent of the connected vehicle, the second challenge. Communications technologies have the potential to be a game changer, not just for electric cars, but for the ambitious targets we've set ourselves in safety and emissions from today's vehicles on the roads. The third challenge, meanwhile, is safety. It continues to be one of our highest priorities. And we have a special plenary session this week, which will focus on the innovations which are being introduced in vehicle safety technology to protect the drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. We have close to 100 technical sessions this week. Each one will look at the detailed scientific and technical solutions to optimizing another aspect of our current and future vehicle technologies. I would like to say a special thank you to everyone who will speak and present a paper this week. You are really the lifeblood of FISITA, and I thank you for sharing your work and your knowledge with us. I would also like to thank SAE China, our Chinese FISITA member society, for their hard work and dedication in putting this Congress together. In particular, Professor Fu Yu Wu, FISITA 2012 Executive Chairman and Executive Vice President of SAE China, and Ms. Emily Gong, the Congress Manager. Both have worked incredibly hard over the past 2 years to organize everything you will see this week. In the same spirit, I would also like to recognize our generous sponsors, especially China FAW Group, and Mr. Xu Jiani especially. He's the Congress Chairman and a good friend. Also to Volkswagen and Audi, the BMW Group, Toyota, Beijing Auto Group, and Geely. Great cooperation and participation in this Congress. We have gathered here a tremendous breadth and depth of expertise on every aspect of automotive and mobility technology from all over the world. Most of us are under intense pressure in our daily work these days, and it's not easy to take time out to come to a Congress like this. But it really is important. Congresses like FISITA are still the best way to put our own work into a global context and move closer to our shared goal of safe, sustainable, efficient, and affordable mobility for everyone. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for making the effort to come to Beijing to share your knowledge and experience with your colleagues, to learn and to participate in the discussions about how we can move the auto industry forward at this crucial time. I am really looking forward to the next 3 days. 谢谢。